Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Mingle podcast, your weekly dose of natural English conversation. We're the place that helps you stop sounding like a textbook and start communicating with confidence in the real world. Before we jump into today's topic, let's talk for a minute about why this podcast exists. Many of us learn English by memorizing vocabulary lists and grammar rules. That's super important, of course. But then you step into a real-life situation, like ordering a coffee or checking into a hotel, and suddenly, everything feels too fast. The language you hear isn't always the perfect English you learned in class. That's where learning through conversation becomes a game changer. It's about building a bridge between knowing English and using English. And that's our goal here at Mingle. So with that in mind, let's dive into today's conversation. We're going to take you to a very common, and sometimes nerve-wracking situation. Checking into a hotel. You're about to hear a dialogue between a guest named David, who is a bit tired after a flight, and a friendly hotel receptionist named Chloe. Pay attention to the specific phrases they use to be polite, to confirm information, and to ask for recommendations. Alright, let's listen.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to the Harbour Grand Hotel. How can I help you?
Good evening. I have a reservation, checking in for tonight. The name is David Carter.
Certainly. Mr. Carter, let me just pull up your details. Oh yes, here we are. I have you booked for a King Deluxe room for 3 nights, checking out on Friday morning. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Excellent. Could I please see some photo ID and a credit card for the pre-authorization?
Sure thing. Here's my driver's license and my card.
Thank you. So, we just place a temporary hold of $150 on the card as a security deposit. This is for any incidental charges, like room service, and it's fully released upon a smooth checkout.
No problem, that's standard.
Perfect. You're all set. Mr. Carter, you're in room 1205 on the 12th floor. The elevators are just around the corner to your left. Wi-Fi is complimentary throughout the hotel. The network and password are on the sleeve of your key card here.
Good to know, thanks.
Is there anything else I can assist you with this evening?
Actually, yes. I just flew in and I'm quite hungry. Could you recommend somewhere casual nearby?
Of course. Our restaurant, The Grill, is open until 10 p.m. However, if you're after something more casual, there's a really great pub called the Captain's Anchor just a 5-minute walk down the street.
The pub sounds perfect for tonight. Thanks for the recommendation.
You're very welcome. We hope you enjoy your stay with us, Mr. Carter.
And we're back. A very smooth and professional interaction. Now let's break down some of the key phrases and words you heard. 1. Let me just pull up your details. This is a very common and polite way of saying, let me find your information in the computer system. To pull up something means to retrieve information, usually on a screen. 2. Pre-authorization or security deposit. This is the temporary hold placed on a credit card. It's not a charge, but a way for the hotel to ensure you can cover any extra costs, like room service. The money is released back to you after you check out. 3. You're all set. This is a friendly, informal way to say, everything is finished and ready for you. You'll hear this a lot in customer service situations after a transaction is complete. 4. Complimentary. This means free of charge, but it's usually used for something that comes as a bonus with a service you're paying for. For example, complimentary breakfast or complimentary Wi-Fi. 5. To be after something. In the dialogue, Chloe says, if you're after something more casual. This is a very natural way to say, if you are looking for or wanting something. It's a great alternative to just saying I want. 6. Enjoy your stay. This is a standard, polite phrase used by hotel staff to wish a guest a good experience at their hotel. So, that covers the check-in process. It's a crucial first step, but what happens next? Our guest David is settled in his room, but remember, he's tired from his flight, and he's hungry. Now, Chloe the receptionist gave him a great recommendation for a local pub, but let's be honest, sometimes after a long day of travel, the last thing you want to do is go out again. Sometimes, you just want to relax in your room. This leads us perfectly into part 2 of our hotel scenario for today, ordering room service. This next conversation is a little different because it happens over the phone. This means the speakers can't see each other, so they need to be extra clear in their communication. You'll hear David calling the room service department to order a late dinner. Let's pay attention to how he asks about the menu, makes a special request for his order, and confirms the final details like payment and delivery time. Alright, let's listen in to David's phone call. Good evening, room service. This is Anna speaking. How may I help you?
Hi Anna, I'd like to place an order for dinner, but I can't quite decide between a couple of things. What's particularly good tonight? What would you recommend?
Of course, sir. Our two most popular main courses are the grilled salmon and the 250-gram ribeye steak. The salmon is very light and flaky, served with asparagus and a lemon dill sauce. The steak is very tender and comes highly recommended by our chef.
The steak sounds tempting. What does that come with exactly?
It's served with a creamy potato gratin and some butter-sautéed seasonal greens.
Okay, that sounds perfect. I'll go with the ribeye steak, then.
An excellent choice. And how would you like your steak cooked?
Medium rare, please.
Medium rare. Noted. And would you like a starter to begin with?
Yes, I think I will. What is the soup of the day, by the way?
Today's soup is a roasted tomato and basil soup, served with a slice of sourdough bread.
Lovely, I'll have that to start. Now, I have a very important request. I have a severe nut allergy. It's crucial that both the soup and the main course are prepared with no nuts or traces of nuts. Could you please ensure the kitchen is made aware of this?
Absolutely, sir. Thank you for letting me know. I am putting a prominent allergy alert on your order right now, and I will personally speak with the chef to ensure all necessary precautions are taken. We take allergies very seriously here.
I really appreciate that, thank you.
Of course. Now, would you like anything to drink with your meal?
Yes, a glass of red wine would be nice. What's your house red?
Our house red is a lovely Australian Shiraz. It pairs very well with the steak.
Perfect. I'll have a glass of that, please.
Wonderful. So, a starter, a main, and a glass of wine. Can I tempt you with any dessert? Our chocolate lava cake is extremely popular.
That does sound tempting, but I think I'll pass on dessert for now. I'll see how I feel after the main course.
Understood. So, just to reiterate your order, 1 roasted tomato and basil soup to start, followed by a 250-gram ribeye steak cooked medium rare, served with potato gratin and seasonal greens. And 1 glass of our house Shiraz. And I have made a special note regarding your severe nut allergy for the kitchen. Is that all correct?
That's spot on, thank you.
You're most welcome. Could I have your name and room number, please?
It's David Carter, in room 1205.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. The total will be charged to your room account. We estimate your order will be with you in about 35 to 40 minutes, as the steak is cooked fresh to order.
That's completely fine. Thank you for your help.
It's my pleasure. Enjoy your dinner. Here is an explanation of the key terms and phrases from the conversation. Okay, let's start at the beginning of the call, asking for recommendations and details. Right away, David didn't just order, he asked, "What's particularly good tonight?" That word particularly is key. It means especially or more than usual. By using it, he's asking for the single best or most recommended dish, not just any good dish. It's a great way to get a genuine suggestion. Then, when he was interested in the steak, he asked, "What does that come with exactly?" This is such a natural and common way to ask about the side dishes that are included with a main course. It simply means, what other food is served with this item? Next, he ordered a starter. That's another word for an appetizer. It's the first course of a meal, a small dish you eat before the main course. And finally, you heard him ask about the soup of the day. This is a special soup that a restaurant prepares just for that particular day. It often changes daily, so it's usually not on the regular menu, and you have to ask what it is. Now for a very important section. Communicating a dietary need. This is crucial for safety. David said he has a severe allergy. Severe means very serious or intense. Using this word when talking about an allergy highlights the danger and signals to the staff that they must take extra care. He also specifically mentioned no traces of nuts. This refers to the extremely small amounts of nuts that might get into a dish accidentally during preparation, for example from using the same utensils or cutting board. This is also known as cross-contamination, and it's a critical detail for someone with a severe allergy. Notice the strong verb he used. Could you please ensure? To ensure means to make certain that something will happen. He's using it to ask for a guarantee, which communicates the importance of his request. And Anna's response was excellent. She promised to put a prominent allergy alert on the order. That means a very visible and obvious warning that is attached to the order so that the kitchen staff cannot miss it. Okay, moving on to something a bit lighter, ordering drinks and dessert. David asked for the house red. The house wine, whether it's red or white, refers to the standard, reliable wine that a restaurant has chosen to serve. It's usually good value for money, and a popular choice that pairs well with many dishes on the menu. Then, when Anna offered dessert, David said, "I think I'll pass on dessert for now." To pass on something is a polite and casual way to decline or refuse an offer. It's a softer, more gentle way of saying, "I don't want dessert." And finally, let's look at the confirmation process. These are the phrases that wrap up the order and make sure everything is correct. When David made his requests, Anna replied with, "Noted." This is a short, professional word used by service staff to confirm that they have heard and recorded the request. Before ending the call, Anna said, "Just to reiterate your order." To reiterate means to say something again, usually to add emphasis or to make sure it is completely clear. It is a more formal word for repeat. David's reply was spot on. This is a popular informal expression, especially in British and Australian English, that means exactly correct or perfect. Anna then explained the payment. The total will be charged to your room account. This simply means the cost of the meal will be added to the final hotel bill, which the guest will pay when they check out. No immediate cash or card payment is needed. And lastly, she gave the delivery time. Your order will be with you in about. This is a common and friendly way to state an estimated delivery time. The phrase, "to be with you," is a soft way of saying, quote, "to arrive at your location." That's all for this week's episode of the Mingle podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.